The sliding is way better.
And on my fat rolls, make sure I get my camel toe in there and my pants pulled up to my boobs.
We're recording.
Yeah, you can edit it. Or put it in.
I mean, if you want to keep it on, that'll be pretty funny. I'm just saying. So anyways, this is Fit Tips with Austin and Allison. Yeah, and we're going to talk about bulking and cutting in this video. I'm going to go first while I have gum in my mouth, which is probably not a good thing to do while you're doing videos, and talk about bulking and kind of what my mindset is on that. So you should definitely bulk obviously if you're trying to gain weight, because the whole point of bulking is to put yourself in a calorie surplus. And calorie surplus means you're taking in more calories than you're burning. You're taking in more energy than you're exerting. And so this means, and how you exert energy is pretty much by doing anything. Like you can literally lose calories by sitting there and walking and kissing and working out, obviously. There's a whole bunch of things. So, but what you take in is what you eat. And so my approach to bulking has always been eat a lot, pretty much about 3,000 calories a day, and then and work out by lifting extremely heavy, trying to PR every single time you work out, because as you're eating more.
Wait, what does PR mean?
Oh, that means your personal record.
So like your personal record for your goal overall, or during that set of
Your personal
workout?
record for that lift. So the strongest lift of that exercise that you have ever done is a PR. Yeah. And so I try to do those as much as possible, especially during bulking, because that's the easiest time to be able to PR. Now I PR'd while cutting, which is pretty impressive, but most of the time, most of my PRs have come while I'm bulking. So anyways, and that's because when you're gaining weight, you are becoming strong. It's easier to become stronger. I mean, it is what it is. And so I will eat 3,000 calories a day. I definitely do not intermittent fast while I am bulking, because it's almost impossible to do that. It's hard to fit all those calories within one day. And really, 3,000 calories is kind of low. I weigh 208 pounds. Really, I could be doing 3,400 really, but that's, I don't know. That's really hard. And by the end of the day, I'm like just done. So 3,000 is kind of where I keep it at.
3,000 calories is a lot. How do you not just get fat?
And the reason why you don't get super fat is because your workout, and when you're working out, you are that's a fat burner right there, because you burn fat when you're recovering, and the energy that you are getting by the food that you eat is almost not directly, not completely, but it is coming to you to fuel those muscles that you just broke down. But then also making sure that you're eating clean while you're bulking. I don't do dirty bulks. I don't eat just whatever I see in front of me. I'll try to make sure that most of the food that I take in is still pretty clean. And then as far as macros are concerned, always trying to get 1 gram per pound of protein. So I weigh 208 pounds. I should get about 208 grams of protein a day. Carbs, while you are bulking, you're bulking, so it doesn't really doesn't really matter. And then fats, I try to keep it less than 100 grams, which actually isn't that difficult to do.
How often do you eat?
I would eat about 4 meals a day, 3, and with snacks in between, and the meals are pretty big.
Do you space it out to have protein in all meals, or protein in like your first and last meal?
Protein will be in every single meal. Because if I go over 200 grams of protein, that's fine. Ace, why are you licking your butt?
Okay, carry on.
That's all I got to say. How do you address cutting, Allison? Soon to be Simon.
Losing weight.
How do you lose weight?
Exercise as well as eat healthy. Ace is not playtime.
What is eating healthy?
Well, there's different versions that you can do. I started my fitness journey 2.5 years ago, and I joined Beachbody. So I learned through them to portion control. So it's not a diet, it's basically just a new lifestyle balance.
Lifestyle.
So I don't have to cut out anything. Dieting is not just getting rid of all sweets. It's not, drinking just water, all those fad diets or anything like that. They don't tell you to get rid of anything, so you can still eat. Everything is just portion control. So I eat mainly veggies and meats and fruit. Fruit is good for you, but it does have a lot of sugar, so it does come with a lot of carbs. So,
Sugars or carbs? Sugars or carbs. That's the thing.
So to not just think that you need to eat fruits and vegetables is also not true. There's a balance between all of that. So Beachbody, if you're not familiar, comes with portion control containers, and you're a distraction.
Oh, sorry.
They come with portion control containers that tell you the serving sizes. So fruits or vegetables and protein is a cup. Carb is 1/4 a cup. Veggies is 1/2 a cup. And so based on what your goal is, cutting or bulking, or maintaining, there's a chart that tells you exactly of how many servings of fruits, vegetables, protein, carbs that you need. And mine normally is 4 servings of meats or protein a day, 4 servings of vegetable a day, 3 servings of fruits, and 3 servings of carbs. So if you think about it, that's basically 6 carbs in a day, which is a lot, since we just said that fruit has carbs in it. So there are things such as unhealthy carbs versus healthy carbs. Like brown rice is way better than white rice. So they also give you a list of all the foods. So when I started that's basically what I tuned in on, and then it just kind of stuck with me. And it really is a lifestyle change. I didn't have to give up anything, and I wasn't constantly thinking, oh my gosh, I have too many carbs today, and now I need to not eat any carbs, and I can only eat vegetables for dinner. It's pretty easy to get 4 vegetables in, 4 proteins in, with not having felt like you have underate or even ate too much. So that's been what I've done to cut, knowing the amount of each serving that I can have. Plus working out, you want to make sure that you are taking in less calories.
You're taking in less calories.
More than you're burning, right?
You are burning less calories than you're taking in.
No, burning more calories than I'm taking.
You're burning more calories than you're taking in, yes. Yeah.
So again, I don't count calories. I don't do anything like that. I just strictly stick with the food groups that are considered good proteins, good carbs. And I just now I'm in the back of my mind that I just need to get all those servings in. I don't measure anymore. I don't have to write down my meal plan, but whatever works for you. It's just I did it for a year, and it's now just ingrained in me. So I have never bulked. I have only cut, and I have lost significant amount of weight since I've started Beachbody 2 years ago.
How much have you lost? The viewers want to know this.
I've lost I don't even know anymore, in between 40 and 50 pounds, I guess, over time. And so that's just living proof that all your fad diets, and you don't have to give up carbs, and you need to eat more vegetables and fruits, because I eat everything. I still drink wine. I still eat ice cream. I still eat pizza.
Drinking.
I still do all of it, and I'm living proof that it does work if you just portion control. But you also
Portion
have
control.
You also have to work out. If I wasn't active, I probably would still be 200 pounds. I was never 200 pounds, but I would be a lot more than I ever was. So it's definitely a balance between being active. I won't even say working out, but just being active and eating portions that are beneficial to you.
And the being active part is what will burn the calories. So, and it when you are eating, especially I mean if you're weight, if you're resistance training, the food that you're taking in will end up being fuel for the muscles, and that's important because the building of muscles helps with burning fat. They are correlated. They are connected, and so I strongly can suggest for anybody, if you are thinking, okay, well, let's be active, but let's just only run and do cardio and just hike, but don't do any resistance training, I would consider putting in some resistance training in there. I would, because you'll see the results. They're pretty great. Now, granted, if that's not what you want to do, and you're like, nah, Austin, not about that life. Okay, but I'm just giving you my 2 cents. Here's my 2 cents. It's right here. You can have it.
So, and also don't think that like you have to work out every single day in order to be able to eat the foods that you want. That's not how it is. It's all about balance. There's plenty of times on the weekends throughout my life, my fitness journey, that I've literally ate the worst that I could possibly eat, and maybe I gained a pound or 2 overnight, but then by the time that the next weekend comes, it's already lost. So it really is just about balance.
It's all about balance, my G.
And then also on the other side of things, don't walk an extra mile to then have an extra carb. Like, try to balance it out. If you just have an extra carb, that's fine. Maybe then the next day you have 1 less carb, or you just don't worry about it and don't make it a habit. So again, really, it's just about like balance and being consistent throughout your entire time. And it's okay to have a cheat day. It's okay to not work out. It's okay to do half your daily workout routine. So yeah, that's my advice.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, those fad diets, I would never tell somebody to just cut off carbs. I mean, because that's basically keto. If the keto diet works for you, then do it. If it doesn't, and you love your carbs like me, maybe just scale it back a little bit. Just scale it back. Just like there's a scale, move it back just a little bit.
Okay, your jokes are dumb.
No, my jokes are hilarious. Okay, and that's it. And it's all about portion control, and that's pretty much it.
And if you don't have money for Beachbody, or you think that it's just a pyramid scheme, reach out to me on Instagram. I can show you that it's not a pyramid scheme. And if you don't have the money for it, because it can add up, I guess, over time, you can message me and I can see what I can do to help.
Boom. And so we should talk. We should do the little plug. So yeah, follow me on Austin, aka Ace. That's my fitness page
On Instagram.
on Instagram.
Mine is allison.ray.fitness.
And then go on ahead and click that subscribe button. I don't know which side it's on, but wherever it is, wherever you see it, go ahead and click that thing, cause to be updated on new content and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. You want new content. You want new content.
And we're pretty funny.
I'm freaking hilarious.
I said we. He just says himself. Like always. Adios. Okay, stop it, weirdo.